to a restaurant, you're strung out from the road.
It's Sunday, November 9th, and you're tuning into the People's Patriot Project. You got your 6 at 6. Right now, you're listening to WP3 Radio, proudly produced in partnership with Reach Across America Radio. Together, we share a mission: remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach to future generations the value of freedom. Freedom secured by the brave men and women who've worn our nation's uniform. Stay tuned for WP3. We got your 6 at 6. Currently playing on WP3 Radio, Gen 4. Turn the page.
You don't dare to make a stand. See if I hang on the road again. There I hang up on the stage.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Trucker.
Talkers, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
For a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WP3 team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Trucker.
Let me try that with the volume on. Sorry about that. This is Andrea Eichmann, and I am here with Frank and Mark and our guest tonight to bring you our weekly show called We Got Your 6 at 6. Every week, we bring you an artist and a guest. We share some of the good and some of the not so good things happening in our world. And this week, we are hosting Jason McNAMARA. He'll tell us about the No More 9 to 5 Club and everything else he's up to. And then we will meet PHIL BEAVER, and Phil will be sharing his music with Phirjets tonight. We can't do this without the support of our amazing sponsors. We've got Catch 22 with Derek Iozio. They're out there. They are holding group meetings tonight. That's why he's not here, although he usually does stop to say hi. The godfather that he is. We have Operation Texas Strong, Peggy and Bobby Kretzinger, and I was seeing some messages from, I believe their kids are involved with this as well. The Kretzingers down there with Operation Texas Strong, they collect RVs, used and barely used, and put homeless veterans in them. They actually have a store right on site as well to get all those things that might be needed in a new home. And then we have the Boho Hobos Hideaway with Lauren Iozio right out of Livingston, Texas. And it is on Airbnb. It's a little getaway spot down there. I think it's in the, I don't know, it's a big place, right? But kind of the northwest, mid to northwest area. That is the Boho Hobos Hideaway with Lauren Iozio. Thank you so much to our sponsors who support us doing this every week. All of our sponsors, our guests, our listeners, we want to thank you. And before we dive into this week's show, let's just please take a moment to join us with this great version of the Star Spangled Banner with Dave Bray, USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take the time to stand if you are capable of standing. Out of honor and respect, please remove your covers and prepare yourself how you need to show your greatest gratitude for the amazing freedoms and liberties we have achieved under one of the most powerful symbols in the world. Please cast your attention as we respect our old glory.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's fights you and me. The name of the fray, we are the USA. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the USA. Oh, say, just that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
Patriot Pride.
And it is Sunday, November 9th, and it is time for We Got Your 6 at 6. Let's roll. There he goes. Oh, we got the pretty line and we got the non-pretty line, and some of us are in the wrong spot. Frank, you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
There
maybe I'd
we
be
go.
down at the
Easy
bottom at one
picks.
point.
The pretty ones go on top. That's what happens here. Hey, thanks for everyone for being here tonight. Like we said, this is our, gosh dang it, this is our 278th episode of We Got Your 6 at 6. We have probably 300 out there, to be honest with you, but we weren't smart enough in the early stages of this whole thing to know that you had to keep track of this stuff. And so, so official on paper views, all the pieces, episode 278, kind of exciting stuff. We're getting ready to hit that. Well, we come here every Monday as well for our WP3 weekly debrief, where we all get a chance to let it all out about the People's Patriot Project. Tonight is not about us. Tonight, 100% is about these two amazing guests that have decided to enter this battle. No, it's not a battle. It's an opportunity to grow. And that's what we do with the People's Patriot Project. And we got your 6 at 6. We have the amazing Jason McNAMARA, the No More 9 to 5 Club. Thank you for being here, brother. And we have Phil Beaver here with the Phirjets. I don't know if it's a funny story. It's a story. The guy that's down here on my row, Mr. Frank the Myth, the legend, and Phil Beaver went to school together. I'm trying to figure out, like, was it the same? Like, it was a K through 6 high school, and he was the 12th grader and you were a kindergarten, Phil? Is that what it was?
You know, you made fun of Frank earlier, who fixed his name. Thank you, Frank. Frank and I are West Point classmates.
West Point classmates.
West Point classmates. And so we all graduated together. What do we say, Frank? A few years ago?
Yeah.
We grew up a couple of years ago. We all graduated together a couple of years ago, and went off to the Army, and we both had the honor of serving, and so and here we are again as PFCs, private civilians, all retired and hoping to still do good.
Well, from what I can tell in the chair I sit in, everyone is doing a great job. But we got to get to work here, folks. Every week we come here, and tomorrow night's a board meeting for the People's Patriot Project. And one of the first things I tell the people that show up to our board is this is a working group. We do stuff. We get involved. We want to find. want to find resources. We want to find opportunity. We want to build, grow, and be better. You as a listener and other people that are going to hear this, we're going to put you to work too. So we're going to ask you to grab your phone real quick. And this is our Check 6 section of our show. In Check 6, the first thing you need to do, check your 6, is you're going to check yourself for any battle, fatigue, battle, injuries, battle stuff. And if you're not in a good place, if you are having some struggles, if you need help and resources, we need to get those to you. Please reach out to the People's Patriot Project, www.thepeoplespatriotproject.org, and we will help. There's no question asked. We will find the resources. We do not pass off a phone number. We do not pass off an email address. We do not pass off a web page. We call one of the 400 plus organizations that we are battle buddies with across the country, and we make sure that there is a connection. And then you're on my call list. We will make weekly calls, daily calls if we deem necessary, and we will sit there and we'll make sure you have all the things you need to be successful. The reality is you just need yourself, and you just need to have your brain get into the thinking part of the time. And that's where that's what we do. And so then you're all good. You're going to go into your text little, I don't even know the right vernacular, but you're going to take in, you're saying, hey, I'm checking in on you. Or just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. You're going to copy that. You're going to paste it into 6 conversations, into 6 different people that you're connected with, and you're going to send it. And you are going to continue to build and foster those relationships. A lot of times in our conversations, we hear, I wish I would have reached out one more time. I'm literally giving you that chance right now, folks. If you are a person that needs help and support, reach out. This is your chance right now. If this is your last, you're on your last leg, you're on your last moment, it's time, reach out. Have a conversation. Build and grow together. Sorry, not sorry. Make sure you're including your leadership in that. They carried a lot of weight back in the day. And we do challenge you to go on to one conversation. Something went sideways in your world. They may not be your favorite flavor. They may not be your favorite person. It might be your fault. It might be their fault. But at some point, they were an important person in your life. Reach out to that tough one and just say, hey, things got sideways. Not sure why, how, where, what, when. But I just want to let you know you were important to me at one point. I just want to let you know that. You know what? You got the upper leg at that point. And if they say Baja, then it's done and over with. That's your work today, folks. Get her done. Check your 6. Jason McNamara, who are you? What do you do? What's your mission?
What's up, brother? First of all, when you were just talking about checking your 6, right? Catching up with people, I started having a whole bunch of thoughts, memories, if you will. So I want to thank you for that because it's really important. I've went to my friends' funerals. I've stopped suicides, both with my friends and detainees in Guantanamo Bay. And I prefer to not have to deal with any of that. So growing up poor, retiring early, ex-military, kind of gave up that I did detainee operations in Guantanamo Bay, and I was selected by the CIA to assist with interrogations down there. I learned a lot early, and I knew I didn't want to be poor forever. So after the military, I got a job with the state of Florida helping disabled veterans overcome barriers to employment. Volunteered in my community. I was the president of the Student Veterans Organization at my college and the second vice commander of a local American Legion post. So built a lot of credibility in my local veteran community back in the days before I transitioned into a career in sales, where I essentially went into that because I wanted to not work forever. And I knew that if I could save my money, if I can get my bonus checks and invest my money, I could eventually escape the rat race. So I did that when I was 32 years old. I'm 38 now, 6 years ago. And since then, I've built a mission with the No More 9 to 5 Club to surround myself with really high quality people, not people that just want to escape the rat race, but people who are actively doing it, people who have skills, passions, people who, when they commit to something, they're going to figure out how. Because that's very similar to me. I want to hang out with like-minded people, and I love working with veterans because once a vet makes a decision to fix his or her life, they're going to do it. They're going to dig in and find those resources. And anybody watching this, I have a few other businesses and a nonprofit foundation. So I think it's beautiful to partner with the People's Patriot Project, and I'd love to be one of those resources. The No More 9 to 5 Foundation is the evolution of all the free stuff I wanted to give to absolutely everybody, but then I wanted to give more stuff to my brothers and sisters, and not just veterans, but we also decided to extend it to first responders and medical professionals. We have upgraded services in the No More 9 to 5 Club, and one of my other businesses that we built is called Mind Trainer Pro. I'm not a neuroscientist, but I partnered with one. His name's Maury. One of the first systems we developed was for PTSD. It's called Calm and Clarity. Speaking as a guy who dealt with my own demons, I swear at some point when I was transitioning, it felt like 30 whole nights I didn't sleep. So I know what it's like to stay stuck in your head, stay in the negative thoughts, play the what ifs. And if I can regain the control of my thoughts and the quality of my life, everybody else can too. So Mind Trainer Pro, we built the most complex system out of all the systems that we have called Calm and Clarity, and we give that away for free for life for anybody who wants to tap in. All you need is a pair of over-the-ear headphones, and it literally helps you rewire your brain. That's just a little highlight of some of the stuff I do, sir. Thank you for having me.
Oh, wow. 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 I need to make some connections in all this, only in the fact that we have a great friend named Joe Maish, who, and I'm thinking this Calm and Clarity be playing while you're using the temple massager with aromatherapy, and I'd be like a wrapped up little baby, and just, it sounds amazing. You know, I'm going to take a little moment of personal privilege today at this moment, and I don't get a lot of time to take off. The WP3 is brutal. I love doing it. There's every single day I want to do it. There's not a day that I don't engage with it and be part of it. But you know what? I got a lot of those layers, and it was got stupid house stuff. Everyone has stupid house stuff. Working on that stuff. I had the chance the first time in probably 12 years that I went deer hunting with a veteran this weekend up northern Minnesota, and I just got to clear my head. And it is so important to take that time, folks. I'm excited to hear more about Jason's his stuff, the things he's got going on with his Calm and Clarity, but also his service down in on the islands, and doing some of the hard stuff that no one really wanted to do. And I'm sure there's some conflict in his, based on what we've heard and based on what we've seen and based on what we don't know and what we do know but shouldn't know, and all the other things. And I know there's some things that he just got to leave under the hat too, and that's fine too. PHIL Beaver, it's great having you here, brother.
Thank you.
I'm still struggling with this classmate thing, but I'll get over it. It is what it is. Let's say, and I should have cleared this at the beginning when we were doing pre-show. What is the most ridiculous beaver innuendo joke that you've got in your life that you're like, I've had enough? Because I'm like, the whole time I'm like, people, and I don't want to be that guy, and I'm not going to be that guy. Tell us,
Lord,
where should we draw the line?
You know, that started in kindergarten. It hadn't stopped yet. I'm just going to say the worst part of my career was when I was a major. I'm leaving it at that. Okay, pause. You got that. You're on top of it. I'm just leaving it at that. All right.
Yes, Major. Yes.
That even got a chuckle out of Frank. he hadn't thought
Is there a
about
chance
that.
you have a stuffed beaver in your house anywhere?
We got,
He's got one.
Beaver
You
hat.
know, this is just from Canada, I think. So I have, I don't know, we counted them once, like 150 beavers in the house.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. You know, you got to go with it.
Yeah. Well, you're born with it. You got to do it, and there's no sense in letting it. Yeah, I don't have. I had someone once call me Peter Skin. I don't know what that is. It's stuck. Of course, when you're working with middle schoolers, Mr. Peter Skin stuck for a minute. Not that I would allow that to happen, and it's not appropriate for middle schoolers. Let's go, tighten it up. Let's go. So yeah, it happens. Mr. How would you like us to address you this evening, sir?
If you would do me the great honor of calling me Phil, I would be delighted.
You got it, Phil. Phil, tell us
I don't know
about.
if I can fit that in, Phil. I would be delighted.
We'll just stop it at Phil. Shorten it to Phil.
Tell us
There's
about
always one.
Tell us about your mission. Tell us about your service and what you're getting done, brother.
Yeah, so Frank and I graduated together in 1983. I retired in 2008. So after 25 years of active service, started off as an infantryman. So I did the whole 82nd, 101st, and 2ID stuff. And then I made a transition to become an analyst. So my last 15 years of my career, I was a military analyst. Last 7 years were in the Pentagon. Was in the Army G1 on 9/11 and lost 28 people out of our office that day. So, I've seen what it can do to people, but what I also saw was people coming back. My soldiers who I served with in Korea, coming back, seeing them in DC, seeing them in the hospitals, and it's heart-wrenching. And I got to say, I got to give it out to Jason and everybody else who's doing what he is doing, which is absolutely freaking amazing. It is a debt that this nation owes to our soldiers. They owe it to our veterans. And I've got a great friend, my old boss, Ranger Ivy, who is the executive director of an organization called Homes for Our Troops, where we have they build accessible, disabled, veteran accessible homes for soldiers, airmen, Marines, sailors who come back missing limbs. And it's just absolutely inspiring. I've gone to a couple of their openings here in Colorado, and just to everybody who's doing that, and to what, of course, the P3 is doing here, is just, to me, it's watching people who have served continue to serve is absolutely inspiring. To be honest, when I got out, I moved to Denver. I'm at DU right now, University of Denver. It's a great place to be. Something I'm very proud of is a colleague of mine is kicking off what we call I believe they're calling it the VMBA or the MBAV. It's an MBA. So we run several MBA programs. This one's specifically for veterans, for transitioning. We're going to be targeting down in Colorado Springs, mostly Fort Carson, the Army base there. But also there's Peterson. There's a lot of Air Force down there. You have the Air Force Academy. But the MBA program for specifically for veterans who have, they got the GI Bill. They want to get out into the civilian world and network there. They've got great military networks, but they don't have they don't have a foot in the door with industry, with business, and that's what we're hoping to give them. So I'm very proud that one of my colleagues is literally kicking that off. No kidding, Friday, 2 days ago, we made the announcement at the business college. So that's what I do. I'm on the faculty at DU. I've got some business interest here in Denver that I'm very excited about. But also my passion, Russ, you won't resonate with this, but Frank will. Because Frank and I were in high school together in the 70s. Different states, but it was at the same time. And back in the 70s, what did every high school kid want to be? We wanted to be a rocker. And so finally in 2018, I took the plunge and wrote a couple of albums. And I've got a third album written right now, but we've got 2 albums out. And it's fun music. It's kind of 70s style rock, if you will. And that's what we transitioning to the Phirjets here. I had the privilege of partnering with some of the absolute top musicians in Colorado, and they were willing to record with me. And so I'm kind of the rookie at this, but they're all very seasoned musicians, and we've had a lot of fun putting our music together. So that's kind of my story, and that's what brings me here tonight. So I am really delighted to be here as a guest, but also to meet, to meet Jason and and of course Andrea, but also to reconnect with Frank, because it's been a while since we've been together. So it's great to be here, and I thank you everyone for the opportunity and for what you're doing.
That's super fun, super exciting. What is the background for the name Phirjets?
So if you look at you had our band portrait up there earlier, which is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, right there. So if you go across that portrait, you'll see that Erica, our lead singer, is there twice. That's not a twin. That's Erica twice. And the reason for that, there's 2 E's in Phirjets. So if you read from left to right, we got Phil, PHI, and then Rocky, Erica, Josh, Erica, Trevor, Stu. And so it's all of our names just scrunched together. And so that's how we came up with the name.
It works out. It didn't make sense to me, and now it does. And that's awesome. You have 3 songs lined up. Do you remember the 3 you sent us?
I do. I would comment, and then we have 2 lead singers. So Erica's our primary lead singer, and I wrote a lot of songs for Female Point of View, and she just fit in perfectly. But I got a couple songs for Male Point of View and a couple of country songs that we've done, and that's Stu. So Stu is our not only our rhythm guitar and engineer and producer, but when we need a male vocal, Stu's the one who steps in. He's been arranging country for about 25 years, so he does a pretty good job on that. And so that's kind of where we fit in. But that's our first song's Comet off our first album, which was called Cosmos. So everything was space related. And then the next 2 songs will be Suck It Up, which is a country song. Stu will be singing, and then our final song is going to be Walking on the Moon, which is kind of an homage to the 1970s classic rockers that Frank and I grew up with, that the rest of you will, on the screen here, would be calling oldies.
Any banjo music?
I don't have a banjo player. I know, dang it. No, we don't.
If you get a banjo in the band, you can come out here to West by God, Virginia.
You got to have a fiddle in the band too, right?
Yeah, it's down south.
Yeah, but we do have some, like I said, I was just very blessed to be paired with some very talented musicians. Yeah. Someone introduced me, and they agreed to perform with us. So that was kind of fun.
Do you have a lead in for Comet? Any thoughts you want to throw out there?
Well, so Comet, Comet was kind of an obvious song, and here's why. We're doing an album called Cosmos. It's all about space. Okay, it's space. You got to have a song called Comet. Okay, you got a song called Comet. What's it about? Well, it's like about a drive-by lover, if you will. Okay.
Sounds like my second wife.
How about from the woman's perspective with this comet passing by? And so basically the way I describe this song is Erica Brown bemoaning being a booty call. And so I can say that can I say that on radio?
You said it. You said it. That's good.
Okay, all right. We were worried about language.
Did you hear Frank, though? Frank made a comment.
Oh, Frank.
Frank, what was your comment?
Sounds like my second wife. Drive-by lover.
Drive-by, yeah. So anyway.
Man, she must have stopped 5 or 6 times on the way home.
Oh, my gosh. We've got Phil Beaver with the Phirjets comment.
You're here for a second and then you're gone. Get my hopes up and you're moving on. I can see you shine through the break of dawn. Baby, you can only see what you're doing to me when you play me like a pawn. You're a comet, streaking across the sky, leaving dust in your wake, making every heart shake. They all love to see you fly. From a mile away, I know even sooner you ain't gonna stay. Like every time before you're gonna lead me astray. Even though I know how soon you're gonna go, I'm the one you're gonna betray. You're a comet, streaking across the sky. With your face all aglow, you let everybody know that it's here who's up so high. Have your 15 minutes in the sun. Stay around till your victory lap is done. You might even hint that I'll always be your one. But you're flying off so fast that we're never gonna last. The time you leave for me, there'll be none. You're a comet, streaking across the sky. Like a flash in the pan, you do everything you can to my heart to make me cry. You might stay, 'cause it's all that I can do. But we both know that ain't true. You're coming, streaking across the sky, leaving me in your wake, making my heart ache every time you say goodbye. There'll come a time when you won't be coming back. You'll take your final spin around your little track and fling yourself to outer space so black. Unless you slam to the ground, killing everyone around, or you hit the sun with a smack. You're a comet, streaking across the sky, but you're gonna burn out, and you know I'm gonna shout when it's time for you to die.
That is Phil Beaver with Phirjets comment. Who is your musical inspiration? I got a vision in that song, and I want to hear from you first before I say anything.
I'd love to hear what you thought. So obviously, I'm a keyboard player. You heard some heavy keys there. So there's a lot of Elton John in my personal influence. Elton John, Billy Joel, Springsteen. That one was a little more bluesy then a lot of ours, we span a lot of genres. So that was a pretty heavy bluesy one. And, I was going with the big Mama Thornton sound there with Erica, and which she obviously delivers to perfection. So I'll say that. I'd love to hear what you say, Paz.
I was getting a little meatloafish with
I love
Little Shop of Horrors kind of thought.
Yeah. For that particular track, I can absolutely see that. That was honestly not the intent, but I was doing a very heavy blues rock piece on that, and so that's kind of the vibe I was going for. But I consider that a great honor to be compared with Eddie from Rocky Horror Picture Show there.
Oh, it's good stuff. Just so everyone understands and knows, as soon as a musician, artist, or group come on to our show, they are immediately thrown onto WeP3 Radio. WeP3 Radio is the only, you can go check, I should hold up a sign, prove me wrong. We only play veteran and first responder musicians from across the country. We have over 200 artists, and we don't play podcasts. We don't even play our own podcast on it. We play just veteran and first responder musicians. That's it. There's no talk. We have to pay the system a little bit, so there is a little bit of advertising, but it is a 24/7 radio station online, simple. Most vehicles can stream it out. Frank's car can't stream because he's still playing CDs, and that's okay too. Who would have thought that would have been the old technology? Because it's not. But
yeah, now the new technology is vinyl. Go figure.
Yeah. Now Frank's still on cassettes.
8-track.
There you go. Yeah.
Frank, do you have any of the Phirjets? Are there CDs out there?
We're all streaming. We're all online.
Okay. So Frank's never heard your songs ever, just so you know.
We're not on 8-track.
I've heard them all over.
Frank, will you indulge us with what you came up with this week with the highlights in the world of news, please?
Yeah, first I want to say that I'm wearing my thinking hat today in honor of upcoming Veterans Day. And there's a story behind this helmet, but I'll save that for a later time. No, I'm not. The chin strap is broke. It does not work. So I don't want to hear the comments saying, you're not wearing your chin strap right. I don't have, it just doesn't work. All right, enough with that. So on with the news. The first story we have, the U.S. has proposed to the UN that they authorize a Gaza stabilization force for 2 years. And they drafted a plan and they submitted it to the UN for discussion. And it's going to take the UN Security Council, the 15 members, to approve such a force. But they already have nations lining up to assist. So hopefully this gets passed through, and it'll probably take a lot of pressure off of what's going on right now if there's a force in between, making sure that the peace lasts. And the next story we have is from Philadelphia. And I threw this in there because coming up is the Marine birthday, and that's actually tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But because it's the Navy and the Marines, but we only talk about the Marines, they started this celebration in October. So it's a month. And the first thing they did, they had a ship parade, or as the Marines call them, water taxis. And they went up and down the Delaware River with their water guns going off and big parade and looking nice. And they called it a flotilla. Now, I'm not sure. Is that a flour tortilla? I don't know. They call it something different. They had bands and everything going on, all working up to tomorrow, which is the actual birthday for the Marine Corps and those other guys. The next story we have here is, this is a good story, actually. It's always nice to have a good story. U.S. Steel, which is now U.S. Steel Nippon, because there was, Nippon is the huge Japanese steel company. They actually saved U.S. Steel, and they came in and helped bail them out. And now they're committing $11 billion to modernize and refit all of U.S. Steel's ventures. So the steel mills and everything. And this story is kind of close to my heart because my dad worked in a steel mill on the south side of Chicago while I was growing up. And it's nice to see U.S. Steel sticking around with the help of Nippon. And the U.S. required that there be one member on the board from the U.S. government to monitor how things work and go forward. And I hope this works out because it's a great tradition, not only in my family, but in the Midwest. And here we go to we can't believe that's true, but it is. Supposedly in Hawaii, a long time ago, the Hawaiian populace, there was a portion of them that lived off of green sea turtles that they would go out and catch and eat. And then there started to be, there was too many Hawaiians and not enough turtles. So they said, you can't do that anymore. But now, after almost 50 years, they've taken the green sea turtle from Hawaii off the endangered list. And now the question is, when will the people of Hawaii get the go-ahead and start putting that on the dinner table? And the sea turtles are hoping that there's a lot of appeals and issues go back and forth and don't get resolved for several more decades. But I got a funny feeling that in addition to Spam, you'll be able to get green sea turtle in Hawaii pretty quick. So that's the news in a nutshell.
I don't know how to take that one, Frank.
I don't know how I got in this shell of a nut.
How have any of you eaten turtle in general? Not green sea turtle.
Oh, heck yeah. Turtle soup. Are you kidding me?
I've had turtle. Oh, Eichmann, have you had turtle? No turtle? Only the guys have eaten turtle.
I don't believe that, but no, I have not tried turtle.
That's one of the least odd things that I've eaten.
I don't know that we need to talk anymore about this. Did you? No, I'm not doing it. I'm leaving it alone. Apparently, there is a secretion that comes from a beaver's butt that they use as a sweetener for raspberry flavoring.
Musk, but I
never did like raspberry. Now I know why. Is that way when you go, you're given the raspberry?
I want to know who the first person was who thought that was a great idea. And because there's a lot of things, there's some things in life I'm like, who decided to pick that up and put it in their mouth? I want to know. That's, yeah.
I would imagine it's one of my ancestors.
Jason McNamara. tell us more about you and your mission and what you're trying to get done, brother.
I can. I was having a few funny thoughts too. I don't know if I can crack jokes before I get started answering that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So a few things, just thinking as we're going here. When we were talking about Major Beaver, I started thinking about this judge who used to live in my old neighborhood. His last name was Yakuchi, and his first name was Phil. So Judge Yakuchi used to get picked on a lot. I don't know if that's worse than Major Beaver, but I just wanted you to imagine being named Phil Yakuchi. So another thing, as far as like the Navy and the Marine things, I have kids. I don't necessarily celebrate my birthdays. I give my kids crayons, I buy them cakes, and I take them where they need to go. I'm just saying, because I was Department of the Navy. I had to throw that out there too. All right. Now that I got those two things said, I can answer any questions you want.
It's not a question. I do have a statement, and it is the Marine birthday is celebrated 363 days a year. I don't know why that is, but they have their pretty uniforms. Appreciate you guys. You make us all look not so pretty, and it is what it is. I don't know where the crayon thing came, but again, enjoy, do your thing. We've been at a couple events where we have some Marine musicians, and the facilitator of the event presents a box of crayons, and I'm just like, kind of like I introduced Phil today. When do the Beaver jokes get too old and too? I mean, they got to at some point. It's like, oh, I've heard that one. I don't know how many times. How about eating crayons? I mean, when is the line? When do you draw the line? If I hear one more, I'm not a Marine, so it is what it is. But so
I miss my Marine brothers and sisters. When I was at the Navy bases, I was actually going to be on a P3 Orion. So all the bases I was in training were joint with the Marines and the Navy. So I had a lot of fun hanging out with those guys, staying up drinking, and actually like fighting in the barracks just for fun. Navy guys didn't like to fight as much as I did. So
it's unique. There are some that love the flavor of that, but I can't believe you guys drank. That's the first thing that it's the first time I've ever heard anything like that.
I don't know. My memory's a little fuzzy back then, so we'll have to get into the details.
Yeah, when I enlisted in the Army, they had beer machines on the floor inside the barracks.
You're not wrong. I just talked about that this weekend with Chief Warrant Officer retired Jeremy Hack, and how things changed about the time of our deployment back in 2002. Because we had armories that had like literally bars in them. And some of the times, and I was there when I was young, there was a 1 hour break in the morning and there was a 1 hour break in the afternoon, and everyone had the opportunity to consume a 75 barley pop. And that was, it blew my mind that was a thing that could happen back then. But again, life's life.
The good old days.
You don't just have the no more 9 to 5. You've got a lot more than that, brother.
Yeah, it's a little all over the place.
Yeah.
It started off rental properties, different type of side hustles. I actually helped start several nonprofits in my local community after I retired. And then I wanted to start investing. A couple of my brothers that actually used to work at the state of Florida, and we started a company called 4DV's Consulting. We helped some local businesses get leaner in their operation, increase sales. And, having retired from a sales career where I learned how to be a trusted advisor, I wanted to put all of my knowledge to use. And I think it was interesting. He's teaching MBAs. I went and got my MBA from the University of Miami after I retired. Really just because I wanted to. And I was doing entrepreneurship at the time. And I realized that a lot of people were trying to figure things out. A lot of good people were looking for help. And I was always the type of guy that would rather give somebody a helping hand up than a hand out. I had a fair share of people asking me for a handout too. And I realized the people I like saying yes to were the people who were looking to do something better with their life. Like if I gave them advice, they're actually going to take it and win. So I started building this community, and then one of the main things I was teaching people was that the true path to financial freedom is to save, earn, and invest money. I wasn't focused on entrepreneurship. I wasn't focused on any of the other things. It was just very simple. That's the best path to financial freedom. But then I started learning more. I started getting into neuroplasticity, the quality of your thoughts equal the quality of your life, and realizing that there were people that had a lot of gaps to excellence while also learning a few more that I had myself. So it's going to be a constant evolution. So we get into the 3 core pillars of wealth, well-being, and wisdom in the No More 9 to 5 Club, all on the complimentary offerings for civilians, veterans alike, whoever. That's still, the core of our mission, right? Common sense solutions that really nobody can argue with. But then I started evolving into like a business in a box model. People were wanting to share what we were doing and spread it. And I wanted to start a low ticket membership that everybody can tap into and split equally. So I value packed a whole bunch of softwares and other things that I could into a $97 a month membership for civilians, $67 a month membership for veterans, made a 2-tier 33% affiliate structure, and included about 24 hours of my time and a whole lot of other experts that are already aligned with the No More 9 to 5 Club live every single month. A whole bunch of software tech stacks that are really valuable in business, but also operate independently to promote the No More 9 to 5 Club, and my team of virtual assistants to help people get stuff done. So that's where we focus on. We work with quite a few veterans. I want to give a shout out to Tim Miller from Puddles Be Gone. He's got an amazing, ingenious product, and a whole bunch of other really cool, not only veterans, but nonprofits, all types of other amazing business owners inside of the No More 9 to 5 Club that are looking to spread more value. So it's kind of like a virtual campfire, right? We all sit around just like when we're in the military. We take care of each other. We also have a specific veterans chat. So we run a veterans philanthropist meeting the 2nd and 4th Wednesday at noon EST. And we have a veteran community on WhatsApp. So anybody who's specifically a vet, they can go right into that and get a little camaraderie and build some rapport with some fellow veterans. The Mind Trainer Pro thing, that was super simple. My buddy Maury, he's been doing this for decades. He's got thousands of testimonials before I came along. But he said, Jason, I'm not a marketer. I would love to partner with you to take my work to the world, because there's a whole lot of brains out there that don't even know they exist. They're just literally stuck on autopilot, stuck in the rat race. So for the people who are aware that their brains are there, their brains control how they feel, how they think, what time they go to sleep, regardless of whether or not they don't know, I want to help those people. So I partnered with Maury, and what he used to sell for thousands of dollars, we put in a system, and I wanted it to kind of be like a gym membership, like Planet Fitness or Netflix. It's $14.97 a month. So for example, the Calm and Clarity system, if you're not a veteran, if you're not a first responder, if you're not a medical professional, you don't qualify for the free service, it's only $14.97 a month. So we wanted to make it super accessible so people can tap into the best quality of thoughts. And the nonprofit is where we give all the free stuff away that I've always wanted to give away. So that's the 3 ecosystems in a nutshell.
And you can manage this all in your brain, and it all works, and you remember all the pieces, and you have all that lined up. You're doing a great job, brother.
I still play chess every day.
Do you play chess every day?
I try to, yes, at least solve the puzzles.
Wow. I am so intrigued, and there are so many things that you have mentioned through the process of this conversation that I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to build and grow. We need to build and grow. We need to build and grow. The thing that I have found, sadly, in our world of, it's in the world of business. I want to blame veterans for this. I want to blame our meathead brothers and sisters, but everyone keeps their stuff close to them, and they don't want to. You're sitting here giving stuff away. I've always wanted to give stuff. I want to give stuff away. And the weird thing is, and it's not that I don't want to charge anyone anything ever at all. I mean, How do you find the tools you need to use? The worst thing to do to get a job is have to realize I need a tool to go down to the hardware store and pick it up, and it's going to cost me that, but I can't get the job done without the tool. Just think about how much work we can get done if we had all the tools. And not all of us have the knowledge, skill set, mindset to be able to control all the tools. So you got to have brothers and sisters. But then you got some that need the resources. Yeah, this is the evil, vicious circle. How do you manage that when you're giving, and we've got, I believe there's two types of people in the world. You have givers and you have takers. I feel like there's more takers than there are givers. My basket is empty more than it is full. How do we fix that?
So, I think a problem with a lot of the takers, there's a lot of people that take things, they don't even know what to do with them. They don't know, if you give somebody knowledge, it's not powerful unless they use it. So a lot of people that are taking, they already have an empty cup and it's full of holes. And they keep trying to put things in their cup, hoping it's going to fill up, and it's not. Philanthropy is a beautiful way to start to fulfill your own holes. Forgiveness, so many things that people need to learn, and I like to call it shadow work, where they get into their own head, they learn about who they are, they discover their ego and a whole lot of other stuff about them, and they figure out who they actually want to be. Because a lot of people are being a version of them that they don't envision. Maybe they're not exactly proud of it. But it's not that difficult to be the version of you that you want to be. If you think about it, if you envision it, you believe it, you can manifest it through sleeping better, through eating healthier, through changing your social circle, your network, whatever it is you got to do. It's possible. So when I first built the No More 9 to 5 Club, there were a whole lot of shiny object syndrome seekers. People that were saying, yeah, tell me what to do. And oh, if I follow directions, I can be like you. And everybody's path is going to be unique. None of you are going to follow the exact same footsteps I followed. Just like not everybody's going to be able to do exactly what Phil can do, because he's unique and amazing and talented as well. So we have to evolve into our own best version of ourselves, first and foremost. So a lot of those people, when they realize that I wasn't giving them a magic pill to swallow, I wasn't telling them there's some secret shortcut to retiring early, like you got to put in the work and be worthy, they went away. And I got surrounded with people who were willing to put in the work and be worthy. People who, when they say they're going to have a goal, it's not going to change in 2 weeks. And they're willing to put in the time to figure out the wrong ways to do it and fail forward. And do better and get up and do it over again. Does that make sense?
It makes great sense. It's not a struggle. It's a ponderance. We run into the people that are boots on the ground, giving constantly. And yet we still have, depending on what vernacular you want to go with, some say 17, some say 22, some say between 17 and 76. We're still losing this many brothers and sisters to the demons. And I know I'm kind of cross-section here. It's not the reality, but it's the reality. And so if we've got 86,000 organizations saying that they're helping veterans and first responders, and we're plagued with takers, but we've got, in theory, they say 86,000 givers, where are we missing it? And again, your answer's right. I agree, but we still aren't connecting all the pieces.
It's hard to connect all the pieces. I think it's got to start at a personal level.
Sure.
Like, for one, while I was on the show, one of my friends from Guantanamo Bay actually texted me back. We've been playing phone tag, so that's a good sign. I told him I'd hit him up later. But a lot of the veterans that I check up on, I didn't even serve with. I met them after service, right? So, and that's okay. I strongly encourage everybody to check up on not only the veterans that they served with, but people that you've met along the way. For me, I think when people's cup, when those holes are plugged and their cup is full, only then can it overflow. Can they go from taking to giving? And that's my main mission, to find good people and help them do better. to help them close their gaps to excellence, stop their leaks. And I'm not just talking about things that they might be wasting money on or bad business decisions. I'm talking about every single leak in their life, from the quality of their thoughts to what they invest their free time with, right? Because too many people are doing things that don't add up to a version of them that they even want to admit is going to come into existence. So we need to really be in integrity. Every single one of us, we need to check ourselves, figure out where we're going in life, and make sure that we're good, right? If we're on an airplane, you can't take care of the guy next to you or the chick next to you if your oxygen mask isn't on. So that's my first thing, do that shadow work, make sure you're good. And I think you said it right at the beginning of this podcast. Once you know you're good, then you can effectively check on people. And if you're not good, you need to reach out. It doesn't have to be friends from your service. It doesn't have to be veterans that you've met after service. It doesn't have to be the VA. You can call right in here to the show, or you can check out the nomore9to5foundation.org. I'm across all the social medias as well. And join our WhatsApp community. It's just a click of a button. When I see you, I'll DM you to make sure that you are who you say you are, and I'll get you in the group. It's 100% wrong to not ask. You're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you're struggling and you're not saying anything, and if you're wondering if there could be a better future, the answer is yes. But you got to open your mouth. You got to do something about it for you. You got to move your feet.
I love it. When did this transition happen here, brother? This guy I would invite to date like a daughter. The guy I've seen now I want to go deer hunt and drink beer with. When did this transition happen?
So that was actually a photograph, one of the awards I got for breaking sales records at a company banquet. And it was funny because in the Navy, I had a no shave chick. And even working for this company, they had a specific shaving policy. And I told them, I said, listen, I don't shave. I grow a beard. But for when they wanted my picture taken and to go up on stage, they said, listen, you're the only guy we let in the company grow a beard. There's thousands of employees. You need to shave it for when you go up on stage. So that's that picture. I shaved for them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I love all the connection pieces. I love the drive, the passion. I'm excited about more conversations. Thank you for being here, Jason.
Hey, I play a game every morning.
I'm scared. I'm scared about this.
Oh, where the hell did I leave my glasses? It lasts about an hour.
How many pairs do you have, Frank?
Uno.
One. I have an EA I work with who's got like 8 different pairs and can never find any one of them. And 2 pairs are like on her head.
If you have more than one, you're just frustrating yourself, because then that'll happen. And the more you have, the more frustrating it gets, because you can't find any of them.
Bill, what are you and the band up to now?
Well, we I've got an album written, and hopefully we're getting ready to record it. But that's going to require the permission of my boss. She's downstairs cooking dinner right now, that boss. And so we're in the process of negotiating, but I've been talking to Erica and Stu. They're pretty excited about it. I'm gonna put it this way, it's a protest album. Now, I'm not saying what we're protesting, because I'm not sure what we're protesting. I know everybody in the country is protesting right now. I've never seen, since the late 60s, I haven't seen this country this split apart. And so it's kind of a call to maybe rise up and come back together. So right now, that's what we've got going on. And hopefully in the next month or two, we'll be back in the studio. So that's where we are with the band.
Well, if you need a toothless saxophone player, let me know.
You know, you and Chip Armstrong keep telling me they want to play sax in the band, and I'm like, I just don't know.
But Chip has all of his teeth.
Chip does have all his teeth, though. He does.
I sound like a wounded goose.
You'd be perfect then.
This isn't a great interview for you, Frank. You're trying to get the job, not.
Well, I never made an album.
Yeah.
I was a professional musician at one time.
Phil, what song would you like to roll with now?
Oh, okay. So first, before we talk about the song, I just want to give another shout out to Jason, because brother, what you're doing is impressive. That is, and you know how many of our veterans and first responders and the people who keep this great nation moving, how many need that? And so it's a tremendous thing that you're doing. So this is coming out for our second album, which is called Blue. It was written during COVID, so it's kind of depressing. And this is the country song off that album. It was written, like I said, dead center of COVID, and people were in a bad way. I had a lot of good friends pass away, and it was a hard time. And so I wrote the most depressing country song ever written, and that is a high bar. It's called "Suck It Up." We had 4 wonderful local country artists who all wanted to sing a verse. So we've got Stu leading this one off, and then four guest artists who we featured on the track. But it is depressing, and so I want to put that out. But we had a lot of fun with it. So this is called "Suck It Up."
This is PHIL Beaver with Phirjets. Suck It Up.
You wake up in the morning to the smell of burning toast, and you want to grab some coffee, but you're all fresh out of roast. So you pour yourself some cereal, but the milk is kind of sour. You gotta get some work done, and you just lost you an hour. Your old lady's coming at you like she just derailed a train, and the sound of her damn prattling is rattling round your brain. So you grab something to toss real quick, and you break your favorite cup. There's nothing much that you can do, you just gotta suck it up.
So you're checking along your fence line and you find some brand new hose, but you ain't got no more wire and you just ran out of poles. And your pickup truck has got 2 flats and your horse has come up late. And you look across your fields, but there ain't no one to blame. And the rain starts coming down now like a cow going on a rock, and the lightning hits around you and it's giving you a shock. So you're sitting in your cab just thinking life's an empty cup. There's only one solution now, you just gotta suck it up.
So you head down into town, 'cause you got romance in your head. But the honey you've been sweet on seems to be with Chad instead. So you pound some shots of whiskey and you chug yourself a beer. Well, you're too damn drunk to fight, now you're bleeding from one ear. So they toss you to the street, and there you're rolling in the mud. At least the bottoms of your boots don't seem to have a lot of blood. Well, folks up on the sidewalk saying, there's one whipped pup. Ain't nothing much for you to do, you gotta suck it up.
So you head on home to mama thinking maybe things are cool. But she yells to hell, you've been now and don't play me for a fool. So you think real quick and lay it thick with some damn old kind of lie. Next thing you know, it's her right cross that's catching your left eye. So you think it might be over as you stumble towards the bed, but you're staring down two barrels saying you'll sleep outside instead. Next you're sitting on the front porch and you're crying in your cup. Ain't a whole lot you can do now, since you gotta suck it up.
Town hoping to find a place to crash, but ain't nobody got no room, 'cause you ain't got no cash. So you lie down on a bus stop reeking whiskey and that beer, till you get a visit from the man saying, son, you can't sleep here. So you're freezing on a park bench just waiting for the sun, when some punks come by with Louisvilles and roll you just for fun. Next you're lying down in ER spitting teeth into a cup. There ain't nothing I can say to you, you just gotta suck it up. So you finally meet St. Peter and you hope he lets you in, but he says there ain't no way, boy, 'cause you lived a life of sin. So he reaches out and hands to you a one-way ticket south. There's a dog there with 3 heads and they're all foaming out the mouth. And you're standing there in line now 'cause you gotta wait your turn, till they throw you in a fiery pit so they can watch you burn. And you know for all eternity you'll never reach that cup. There ain't no use in you complaining, you gotta suck it up.
That is Phil Beaver with the Phirjets. Suck it up. You've got to suck it up.
Oh, that's a stinking winner.
Stinking winner.
No, winner.
Winner. We were talking about names earlier. I have a best friend. His dad is a police officer, or was a police officer, retired from the great city of Cody, Wyoming. Last name Wiener. Officer Wiener. Joe Wiener.
He was a real.
Mr. McNAMARA. You know, we interview, and when we have artists and musicians on here, we have some organizations that, well, I don't want to call them competitors because I'm not competing against anyone. We're putting a mission out there. We're putting a message out there. We're getting it done. We're going to be the tip of the spear. We're going to go. But they create competitions amongst our musicians. And I've always promised that I would never do that. I'm never going to. We have great musicians with great stories. Some of them are based on their life in the military. Suck It Up. I'm not sure that's a military-based song.
That was the inspiration.
Okay, fair enough.
That was the start of the song.
It
doesn't include rub some dirt on it.
Well, until you get to experience what they used to call it army cold or army hot, you're out in the desert and It's military cold, military hot.
Oh, yeah.
Until you are like 5 days soaking wet, not have an ounce of warmth in your body, your skin is as pale as the white envelope, and you're trying to figure out, hey, because you don't want to eat, you don't want to sleep, you don't want to do anything, you want to be dry. There's that stuff. So suck it up. And that's the message. Suck it up. Back to my conversation with Jason, I twisted it around musicians, but we also have organizations. And again, I don't want to create a hierarchy of organizations. When we built the People's Patriot Project, we said we would be, and everyone comes up with a nuance, but we would be the tackle box, not the toolbox, because we're trying to catch something, and we don't know what we're trying to catch. But every organization and every piece that we plug into the network is a different lure. We had marketers tell us, you should specialize. You can't carry this load. And I'm like, well, we've carried some pretty heavy loads in the military. I don't know if you've seen our rucksacks. They say 75 pounds, but that's 75 pounds on top. Back in the day when I was RTO, I had to carry the radio, the M60, and the med bag at the same time, plus your ruck. That's way more than 75 pounds. So we can carry the load, ma'am, or sir, whatever, whoever. There are some organizations like, hey, good luck. We are here to support. We'll help. I don't understand why and where and how you're even like, what are you doing? I am sitting here having a conversation with Jason McNAMARA, and everything that I'm receiving is genuine, well thought out, has a plan, has a mission, has input and output. What makes you different, Jason?
Well, I guess you can say I'm ready. Always ready, right? Something we learned in the military. Through preparation, through being real and authentic. So maybe some people come on here and they kind of have this idea of what they want to say, a script, if you will, where I don't ever want to have to go off of a script. I want to be able to have a real conversation with real people and do real things. So I've always had this attitude to not only suck it up, but to make it better. Right? I think in the military, we had a term skating. Does anybody ever remember that? All right. So after A school, before I went and got deployed to Guantanamo Bay, I had to wait. I had to sit around on base. And you know what they do when you have to sit around? Usually they make you clean floors all day long. Right? So I was sucking it up day after day of waiting and cleaning floors or picking up cigarette butts with everybody else that was waiting. There wasn't enough floors and cigarette butts to clean up, by the way. And then I got a little smart. I thought outside of the box. I imagined a better way. So I went to the MWR and I spoke to them when they opened up and I said, hey, could you use a few guys who are sitting around doing nothing all day for any odds and ends around here? And they were like, yeah, sure. I was like, great. Let's just write this on a piece of paper that you need me to bring 3 guys tomorrow and every day this week. And all day long, we'll hang out at the MWR and do whatever you tell us. She was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So then I took it back to command. I said, hey, I got a new work party. I got to go to the MWR. I might take out a trash, clean a ping pong table or air hockey table. But we got to eat A&W cheeseburgers and drink root beer and everything. Like we had the whole MWR all to ourselves before it opened up to everybody. There's always a way.
Absolutely.
To make life better.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember we always were trying to sneak off to the officers club. You found a way to be there and enjoy the benefits of it. And yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, we basically got to open the doors every day. Y'all come on in. Yeah, we got the video games warmed up for you.
Forward thinking.
So how many folks did the buffer rodeo?
Say it again.
Oh,
the buffer rodeo. Yeah. You'd buff the floors, and by the time you were done, everybody's tired. So you'd ride on the buffer.
Yes,
see how long you stay on.
I've done that.
Yeah, everybody who's been in the military has done that.
Well, the question is, do you sit or you stand when you do it?
You gotta sit like a horse.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
You got to stand. I used to surf, so I grew up in South Florida. I tried to skate. I was better at surfing than skating, but it's funny that they call it skating in the military. So just gotta stand and ride it.
Yeah, the only water near me, I grew up in Chicago on the south side. The only water near me was a harbor you could walk across.
I spent a little
Oil
time on the
boards and dead bodies.
Great Lake, Illinois, from like November to March. The base ran out of salt. That was my exposure to snow and ice. I'm good. That's why I'm in Costa Rica from South Florida.
Fair enough.
Smart man.
What is Jason McNAMARA working on now? What's the mission pieces now?
Well, I'm constantly upgrading things. We've been doing this for a little over 3 years, and the results are real. We've got amazing testimonials, but I want to make it better. I want to be able to really serve thousands and thousands of people. So I'm constantly looking to streamline. I was thinking about trying to partner with ID.me soon for the nonprofit portion to make that more streamlined. But longer term, I want to start a 508, which is a ministry called, I'm probably going to call it No More 9 to 5 Ministries. I believe we all have our own unique connection to God. I always tell people, I don't care what religion you are, if you're Muslim, you're Jewish, Christian, we all have things in common when it comes to like the golden rule, like how people are supposed to be treated. And I feel like all those religions have a ton in common, including teaching people how to think. And I say think literally because most people are thinking on autopilot, but how to think and actually control the quality of their thoughts. And too many of our people are missing out on that golden rule of policing their own thoughts first and foremost and being the best version of themselves.
Where are you going to plug that? I mean, I'm reaching now. Where are you going to plug that into your mission? What is there a specific thing you're going to do to march forward?
Well, I got a registered agent. I got some paperwork. It's a project I started 2 years ago, and I just got busy with a bunch of other things. But essentially, everywhere I want to go, I want to shine my light as brightly as possible in the hopes that other people tap into the best versions of themselves. So my work isn't just on Sundays, right? When I'm doing God's work, it's Monday through Monday. So I'm going to kind of plug it into everything I do, from the nonprofit to the for-profit. The way I build up the ecosystem is that the for-profit actually powers the nonprofit. I think I mentioned a 2-tier 33% affiliate structure where a lot of the value I've created with the No More 9 to 5 Club, I should say we created, stays within the community. That last 34% funds our operations and our nonprofit initiatives.
I'm tongue-tied. I'm excited. There's so many things, and again, this is where there's an opportunity for collaboration, and that's the piece that, and some people are open to it. Some people are not open to collaboration. It's when people's feelings get involved, and this ain't to you, Jason. It ain't about your damn feelings, folks. If your feelings are holding us back, your feelings are helping us not reach every brother and sister we can. That's what your feelings are doing. And if you're trying to, and the giver taker conversation again, if you're a consumer in this network, it's fine to be a consumer, but once you're a consumer, you're not a giver. And so when you're done consuming, then you can come back. But we run into it regularly. Zero attacks. We run into it regularly where everyone's trying to get something out of doing this. I want to tell you right now, straight up forward, Mark Peterson does the People's Patriot Project because it makes me feel good inside. If that makes me a bad guy, I'm a bad MFer, man. I'm a bad dude because I'm going to continue feeling good. I'm going to continue helping others. I'm going to continue. Now, I don't get me wrong. I still got to feed my family, and that's my job. That's why I'm out deer hunting. I want to feed my family, but you're all my family. That's the other part of this. But if you're coming in and consuming, we never ask one thing from someone that we give support. We never ask a thing. We don't even ask for I can't think of the word I want to use, not referral, the story after the fact. Hey, you know what? Those help, folks. I want to let you know that right now.
Testimony.
Hey, thank you. Testimonial. I couldn't think of it. Those are very important to us. But I'm not going to go and beg you for your testimonial, because that's when I tell a kid who's gotten in trouble, hey, why don't you go say sorry? That ain't on their heart. They don't want to say sorry. If they want to say sorry, the same thing. If you want to write a testimonial because someone has helped you, then you'll write the testimonial. If you don't, then it's in the clause. But if you don't write it, I ain't chasing you for it. I am excited, and there are so many times when we're doing this show where there are proud papa moments, and again, I use that loosely. We say our artists. Sorry, Phil, you're our artist because we built a relationship with you, and we're going to continue to build a relationship. That doesn't mean we own anything. We have had people in Nashville come after us because, those aren't your artists. They're signed with so. Congratulations. We've built a relationship, and then we get into management. That's a whole nother thing. I'm all over the place. Build and grow, folks. If the version of you tomorrow is not better than your version of you today, you haven't done your job. Bottom line. Remember at the beginning of the show, I said we're working. It's time to work. Phil Beaver, what's next for Phirjets?
Like I said, I'm hoping we're going to get this album cut, and with any luck, we will. But you ready? You got one more track queued up there, Mark?
We got it.
Okay. Well, so this is our homage to the great rockers of the 70s, and you'll hear some 60s, and there might be an 80s or two in there as well. But the classic rock era that Frank and I grew up with, that the rest of you call oldies but goodies. But you'll probably recognize a few of the lines here. I'm not going to say I wrote this song. I assembled it from a lot of other great artists. But it's called "Walking on the Moon," and like I said, it's our tribute to the great rockers back in the day.
This is "Walking on the Moon" with Phil Beaver and the Phirjets.
Singing a song for the things we love to do. I can take my love to town. I can dance that old soft shoe. We'll sail on wooden ships and we'll come and sail away. We'll take the long way home where the magic dragons play. We'll see fire on the mountain if I can't find my way home. If we're running on empty and they take my coat of chrome, we'll listen to the music if it's not done too soon. When I'm walking on the dark side of the moon, I am fixing up a hole where the rain is getting in. I'm walking on the water and it might be a sin. I'm under an umbrella when I'm sitting on the dock. I'm smoking in the boys' room when we rock around the clock. I'm buying me a stairway and I'm climbing it to heaven. I need a hero with a jukebox when we play B10+7. I'll meet you in the evening in the merry month of June when I'm walking on the shadows of the moon.
drive down Thunder Road, I can feel the eyes upon me as I'm loosening my load. It's the same old song and dance when we had seasons in the sun. And I'm never going back, 'cause girlfriend, we were born to run. I really don't know clouds when I chase them from the sky. I can drive down in my Chevy to the levee when it's dry. The cat is in the cradle and it's with a silver spoon when I'm walking on the mountains of the moon. I can't get no satisfaction when I paint my shelter black. My heart of glass might shatter when the chain gang brings me back. I'll cry with or without you, it is more than just a feeling. I'll be riding on my seesaw when I'm dancing on the ceiling. Will you take a chance on me? I think I'll take that bet. I'm the best thing that you ever had, and you ain't seen nothing yet. I'll be your diamond girl, you'll be my rocky raccoon when I'm walking on the craters of the moon. Sing your song in Boston when my sun is going down. Let my heart go on, don't break it or cry tears of a clown. I can catch you a grenade, I can cry on my guitar. I can think out loud, you're perfect, I'll play piano at John's bar. We will rock you on or bite the dust as crowds call out for more. I can run so far or skate away or look out my back door. My rubber band man plays, but he's always out of tune when I'm kicking up the dust up on the moon. Unless you treat me like a lady, I won't come like Mama told me. I'll sit cross-legged out of doors so my radio can roll me. It will take you more than words to put a ring on single ladies, but I hear my train a-coming if you buy me a Mercedes. I won't get fooled again when I hear the same old song. I'll take that midnight train to Georgia if the right one comes along. I'll escape with you at midnight to make love upon the dune when we're lying in the soft light of the moon. Bites, but we won't have no child. You can shake me up or turn me loose, or you can drive me wild. I am very superstitious when I'm tearing down the wall. I'll never lose my faith in you, Jim, since we almost had it all. I can ask you to come dancing, we can rock and roll all night. If you still love me tomorrow, we'll make afternoon delight. We can always float away with that 99th balloon, and we'll rise up till we're shooting for the moon. I can't stop until the end of time if you can't feel the pain. And we're running with the devil in the cold, hard purple rain. Kickstart my heart with open arms and come right as you are. So wake me up, it's my life, no surprise, my lucky star. We can dance head over feet with our toes across the floor. Since we belong together, we'll cry more and more and more. If you're gone, you're unforgiven, and you'll make our heroes swoon when I'm walking on the bright side of the moon. Now that everybody's
talking? Can you hear me knock, knock, knocking? Can you hear my fingers popping when I'm leaping and I'm hopping? When I'm walking the line, I'm walking on the moon.
That is Mr. Phil Beaver with the Phirjets, Walking on the Moon.
There's a lot of stuff in that song.
There's a lot of stuff in that song.
Yeah, 250 lyrics of other songs. That was fun.
Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff.
Probably brought back some memories for Frank there.
Yeah,
I heard skyrockets in my head, just saying.
I had a memory, but I forgot what it was.
You were on. I caught it, and maybe I didn't catch it, but maybe it was. You were on the levee. You know, the day the music died was in there, right?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, all the great, the ones that I consider the absolute great songs. American Pie and Stairway to Heaven. I mean, your song. We put them all in there. Yeah.
Outstanding, crazy, fun stuff, man. Well, we're there. We've gotten through our questions. We've learned each other. We've found new things. We've built something. Whether it just stays here tonight or it grows on to something in the future. I hope it grows on to something in the future. It's what building and growing is about. But we're at the point where we have to unfortunately shut down the show because people tell me, even though there's some podcasters that do 2 and 3 hour podcast shows out there, and I do actually enjoy listening to some of them. We're told that people don't want to listen to a show for more than an hour. Well, too bad. We got good stuff going on. We're going to do what we're doing. We're going to continue to do what we're doing. And if you don't like it, I guess we won't see you. If we do like it, it's why we are ranked in the top 10 of good pods regularly. This last week, I got the notification we're number 4. We've been number 1 for a good chunk. I don't think in the last 6 months we've fallen below 6 nationwide, which I'm okay with that. But the other side of this is we're not here for that. We're here to be that one-stop moment for that one person that needs to hear there's something out there better for you. That's why we're here. We're at the point where we're going to do our final thoughts. And usually we let Frank start this bad boy off. And it seems like clockwise to me, but it's every once in a while people tell me what I see on my screen is different than what. So it'll be Frank, Phil, Andrea, Jason, me. And I also want everyone to realize that there is a post-show. If you got to go, you got to go. You guys have already given us 2 hours of your time. But there is a post-show collaboration conversation at the end. And if you're here, great. If not, you'll get a text from me and you'll get the YouTube channel. And then also I will, like a stray cat, keep meowing at your door and say, hey, there's work to be done. There's work to be done. There is work to be done. Frank, let her rip, brother.
All right. Well, hey, there's a reason why I wore my thinking hat. It's because, like I said, Veterans Day is coming up, and I will not be able to participate in all the joyous things of Veterans Day. I got a little procedure I got to go through, and of course, the medical staff being great supporters of our great country and veterans, they decided to schedule me on Veterans Day. So I just want to tell everybody that you really got to sit back and you got to look at the things that you've done, and veterans are a special group of folks. I don't I don't care what anybody says. And yes, I'm biased. I love all veterans. And the veteran to me is someone who doesn't have to earn my respect. They've already got it. And I've only had a couple veterans that I've had issues with over the last probably 20 years. And just remember that, you know, I joke around all the time about the other branches, but I love every one of them and I appreciate what they do. And only we can joke with each other about the other services because we've all earned the right to give each other a hard time every once in a while in fun, not in reality. That's not going to happen. So if there's any veterans that need to pick themselves up over the next couple of days, just think back to the things that you did and the friends you met and the long relationships that you can develop with the people that you spent time doing things that 99% of the people in our country won't ever understand. So God bless you all. Love you.
Thank you, Frank. Mr. Beaver.
I just got to say, I'm so delighted to have been included with this. You know, to learn what Jason's doing, which is absolutely amazing. To see Frank, author, keep writing, brother. Keep those books coming. But to meet Andrea in person finally, what a delight. And Mark, to you and your whole team, what you are all doing is just so inspiring to me. That to keep to keep serving after you've hung up the uniform and to keep, and we all do, but different ways. But you're doing it in a huge way, and so thanks to what you're doing and what you're bringing to our veterans, our first responders, the people who have served, and people who continue to serve is just absolutely an inspiration to me. So thank you for all you're doing, and bless all of you.
Thank you, Phil. Miss Eichmann.
I wanted to be really inspirational with Veterans Day coming as the non-veteran on the panel. I went and found a quote. I tried to pull in both the music and the business piece. Mentorship transforms uncertainty into progress. And though you may not both know that you're doing that on the daily, we talked about collaboration. We talked about it not being a competition. The commitment that you guys have already made in that part of your life. And now look at all the things you're doing since you have served and put your time in. I just thank you. Thank you very much for being here. I don't know if you all want to hear that from me, but thank you for all the things you've given and continue to give. And Jason, it's very cool to have met you. You brought a new light in from, we do a lot of other nonprofits and businesses, but it was very awesome learning about the way that you've gone about this and where you've gotten. So it's very, very inspirational that way. And Phil, we have heard so much about you that meeting you you're nothing like Frank described. I'm sorry. He's
Frank is about the worst resource for information on me I can think of.
I'm kidding. He was very excited to get you on and see you again. And so thanks for coming on and entertaining us and bringing your music and all your knowledge in as well. So Peterson, Frank, thanks to you guys too. I see you every week and I'll see you tomorrow, but thanks very much.
Jason.
Absolutely. A lot of beautiful things said here tonight. A lot of beautiful vibrations, right? Starts with our thoughts and then it comes into a sound, which is a vibration through our voice. So Phil, what you're doing, beautiful vibrations, brother, beautiful sounds, beautiful music. Thank you for getting your music out there to the world. And you know, this has been an amazing podcast for me. So I would definitely love to collaborate. I would love to get to know you all better and share my stage as well. We have a virtual stage. We meet on Zoom. And, you know, for everybody watching this, well, first of all, happy birthday to my Marines and sailors and happy Veterans Day to everybody else. But I want you to remember that there's no saber-toothed tiger outside of your door. The struggle can be over. The quality of your life is going to be determined by the quality of your thoughts. And you're safe. You're good. Believe it and make it so. That's what I got. Thank you.
You're an absolute blessing, brother. It is, you know, this is going to sound a little bit arrogant. There's sometimes when I sit in a room and it's like, I got this. And I think we all should do that. I got this. This is a piece of cake. We come on our show and we got this. And then you run into people every once in a while where you're like, I'm out of my league, man. I don't have the connective synapses to put all the pieces together as well as Jason does. And I'm in awe. And just the vibe, the whole thing. I just have found a new appreciation for Jason. This is the first time I've met Jason. But I know and feel, unless he's a really good duper, that this is for real stuff. There's, again, I mentioned it earlier, there's times where it's like, okay, you're talking the big game, brother. I see it, I hear it, and I know we all do the best we can with what we got. And I can appreciate that. Jason, you're another level, brother, and I'm not trying to fluff you here, man. That's just, I appreciate you. I think it comes also probably with the skill set and the knowledge that you bring to the table. And you've been there. You've got to experience some of the stuff. And I'm sorry, if you haven't experienced it, it's really hard to relate. And so there's some things I can't relate because I haven't experienced some of the stuff. Mr. Beaver, Philip, like you asked me to call you Phil. Thank you for your, I will say this. There is nothing on WP3 radio like your music. And when I was listening to it today, I was like, how do I categorize this? I put it in as Americana rock is what I put it in as. It tells the story. It's real stuff. It's real things. It's a different flavor. And sometimes old vanilla is just not enough. You have to throw some stuff on it. And so thank you for what you and the Phirjets are doing. It's amazing. I think our show should be called Suck It Up because it got referenced so many times. And I am careful when I say suck it up. And that's the truth. But I do know that, you know, if you're walking around with a knee mobilizer on the outside of your pants because you're looking for attention, it can go inside the pants. You know, you don't need to let everybody know. I'm just saying. That's my style. If a doctor told me to wear like a neck brace because maybe I had a fusion at some point, I would not do that because I don't need that attention. I don't want that attention. I want to build. I want to grow. I'll do what I need to do to be healthy. But I also am healthy because of the people around me, the people that I bring to my table, the people that are willing to get their hands dirty and to lace up their boots and get busy. That's what we do. That's what I want to do. I hope this reaches 1 billion ears that want to do something bigger and better than themselves. But I also want to make sure we're taking care of each other. If you are finding someone or know someone that needs help and support, and you are not doing anything to help or to, I'm not talking about being the nosy Betty and getting up in someone's grill. I mean, we have relationships and you have relationships. But if you know someone is struggling and you're doing nothing, you're part of the problem. It's reality. If you're not taking the all of 30 seconds it takes to say, I was just thinking about you, I personally think you're part of the problem. We hear the story time and time and time again. You probably don't want to know when I do the majority of my texting to my brothers and sisters. I'm usually sitting on the toilet because that's usually a long time. And I mean, sorry, brothers and sisters, if you don't want to hear that, but there's a free 30 minutes there that I can get some work done, and it gets done. That's not to minimize the job, folks. That's just to get it done. So with that, again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for the WP3 team. I don't know what to do for Veterans Day because I don't need it, but some people do. I don't need to say thank you for my service. That's not important to me. My service was for me. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I did it. I sometimes wish I'd done it longer, but you know what? The world needed a different mission, so that's why I had to leave my post at that time, but I didn't leave my mission because the mission continues. Make sure you check your 6, and we'll see you tomorrow here at 16:30 for the WP3 Weekly Debrief. Next week, same time, same place, we will be here with 2 more exciting guests. We will have, of course, I'm on the wrong sheet right now. I almost swore. We have Josh Holm of Hope Foundation, Still Hope Foundation, and we have Chuck Bracino, and he's part of the Operation Encore crew. Amazing music, amazing people, amazing things. And again, if you got time to hang out, gentlemen, and Andrea, we got collaboration at the end of this thing. And if not, go enjoy your day. Enjoy this week. Check your 6. Patriot Pride.